Alright. Hi guys, I'm stopping the music. It is loud. Um, Hi guys, how are we all doing today? I hope you're doing well. Or at least I hope you're doing better than I am. I wasn't even sure if I was going to do face cam today, but I figured why the hell not. Yeah, honestly, bit of a bad mental health day, so yeah, I'm not gonna keep the camera on for long. I'm only doing this for like an intro type thing. You'll see on the title we're doing some trivia tonight. Honestly, I remember I used to do a bunch of like trivia quizzes back in the day on like cool math games, and I figured it'd be fun for us to try to do that today. Honestly, just bored, so we'll see what happens. Um, I know, it's exciting. It's exciting. Nice to see you, BCD. I hope you're doing well. Um, Obviously, first things first, we gotta get the housewarming stuff out of the way. So, if you haven't hit the follow button already, please do. um, our ultimate goal of this year is to try to hit 50, hopefully by May or June this year. I think sleeping should be an option, and that worries me to see that. I'm not gonna lie. It worries me to see that. You should be trying to get some sleep, BCD. Sleeping should always be an option. I love to sleep. But anyway, our ultimate goal is to try to hit 50 by May or June of this year. I just want you to take care of yourself, you know? It's always, here, internet, things are always going to be here forever. So you can come back anytime. You don't have to come. Yeah. Take care of yourself first, and then, come when you can. That's usually how I do these things anyway. But yeah, no. I I need to get back on track. I need to make sure I do this. Um, Ultimate goal is try to hit 50 by May or June of this year, mostly for a sense of like accomplishment of any sort. Yeah, it's almost the 1 year anniversary since I graduated. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's almost the 1 year anniversary of when I graduated from college, and not gonna lie, things have not gone well for me since, mentally speaking. So, love when the people who have the best intentions for you are accidentally the people that hurt you the most. So that's been fun. Um, anyway, you'll see up here we have some follower goals that I've set up in our journey to 50. Um, as of right now, we're trying to hit 35 followers. At 35 followers, we're going to do a Hogwarts House quiz. 45 followers, we're doing a Lego building stream. It's going to be a Star Wars Lego, no, the Star Wars X-Wing Lego set that I have off to the side here. I'll only do it with you guys. And then 50 followers, I'll let you chat decide what we do for stream. So, yeah, that's about it. That's all I got for you. So now, because to be honest, I'm still not doing that great mentally speaking. I'm not gonna keep the face cam on for the whole time. But as of right now, we are heading off to Cool Math Games to see what trivia they have. I hope you know anything involving sports I know absolutely nothing about. So, don't expect me to do sports stuff. I cannot do sports. I'm gonna transition. I'm gonna show you where we are. We're on Cool Math Games! Yay! Sorry, I need a lot of deep breath because I fear that I may start crying again. It's all I've been doing since like 9 a.m. It's not fun. It is not fun. But like, damn, when you're already doing real bad, people close to you really do wanna. I know they want to help, and I know they have the best intentions. I know they're worried, but like, do you have to do it in a way that just hurts more than anything else? Anyway, we're not gonna get into that. Yesterday was my free therapy session with you guys, if you were there, and it was fun to be crying all the time. It's all I do now. Let's do name that dessert. I wanna see. Oh, and there's time. Okay, so we'll see how many we can get correct. We'll see how many we can get correct, but also see how long we can keep the streak going of how many we get correct. We'll see. I do love desserts. This is macarons. It's the, French macarons. Yeah, the most technical of cookies ever. But yeah, macarons are different than macaroons, because macaroons are like those ones that look, God, I don't remember how to call it, but this, right? When you say macaroons, I said macaroons, not macaron. I meant macaroons. Why? This is what happens, right? Where it's like, a lot of people end up saying macaroons when they mean macarons. And it's a very easy thing to mistake, because it's just easier to say, oh, I want the macaroon, and mean like the almond, like the really technical cookie that's made from almond flour. It's this. It's 4 ingredients, right? Almond flour, sugar, I don't remember the other stuff. But it's such a technical thing, because you need to make sure that the outside is crispy and the inside still chewy, and that you're also growing like these things at the edge here, like right here at the bottom, they're called feet. And the way you get that feet is to make sure that when you make the batter for these cookies, is that you're not over mixing it, because if you over mix it, you're not going to get this. But if you undermix it, then it's not as good of a cookie. But most of the time, when people say macaroons, and they mean macarons, this is what a macaroon is. It's these coconut things. But this thing, this is a macaron. See? It's just, it's 1 O instead of 2. Yeah, a lot of people get it confused, and it's really easy to do so, but it does really, I know for a fact it like bothers people. They're like, there's a difference. If you're saying one thing and you mean the other, you're just confusing everybody else. And then eventually, like, I had to put macaroons coconut instead of just putting macaroons, because that's the actual name of this, and this is macarons. Man, I've seen way too many TikToks of like bakers and whatnot just being so fed up with people when they say, oh, I want macaroons at the top of my cake, and they mean this, not this. But, you know, proverbially here in the US, we have a difficult time saying anything that's not English. Yeah, I could say this with a French accent, but I feel like I'd butcher it, you know? Man, the only reason I ever know French is because I watch French streamers, but also I watched Miraculous Ladybug in the original French dub, but I also got quickly annoyed trying to find French dub English subtitles online, and eventually just switched over to the English dub, and then I just got annoyed with the characters, that I was just like, this is just devolving into shipping fuel, and like, the worst will they won't they ever. I could not handle watching Miraculous Ladybug when it just purely got into the whole shipping thing, where it's like, yes, we know these 2 characters are gonna end up together. We know this. And the whole journey is them eventually, like, we ending up together, but also, like, doing all these great things. But damn, you've taken so much character away for the sake of making sure these two end up together, and I could not be a part of that fandom anymore. Not gonna lie, though, it ended up being a real toxic fandom, so I'm glad I left. Wow, I did not take that much time at all. I was just like, yes, I know these, because these are some of my favorite cookies ever. Next one, this. It's a lemon meringue pie. I know. Meringue is so interesting. Yeah, that delicious meringue topping is made with whipped egg whites and sugar. Yeah. That meringue in general is a technical thing that I'm just amazed that people can do, because it's such an easy thing to, like, mess up. I do wonder what chess pie is. I wanna see what chess pie is. Oh, this is chess pie. Okay, so chess pie is a dessert with a filling composed mainly of flour, butter, sugar, eggs, and sometimes milk. Characteristic of southern United States cuisine. But why do they call it a chess pie? Compared to other custard-based pastries, so it's a custard filling. That's nice. Chess pie holds up relatively well at room temperature. Often it was stored in something called a pie chest. The word chest eventually became chess. Southern gentlemen like to enjoy the dessert after dinner while they played chess. Oh, that's fascinating. Thank you, all recipes. Yeah, this is it. That's chess pie is just a southern dessert, a custard-based dessert. Oh, and you can change the flavor of the custard. Do anything you want. I see chocolate. I saw lemon. This is interesting. So this is what a chess pie is. It is fundamentally different than a lemon meringue pie. Because the lemon itself is still like a custard base pie. It's just the meringue on top that makes it different. What's a buttermilk pie? We're going to find out what all these desserts are. Buttermilk pie. Okay. Again. Pie in American cuisine associated with the cuisine of the southern United States. It is one of the desperation pies made using simple staple ingredients. Okay. It's sometimes confused with chess pie, so it is still a custard-based pie. But chess pie apparently has cornmeal. Interesting. Let's look at pictures of what buttermilk. Oh, yeah, no, I can see why they'd put all of those together. Again, the custard-based pies are fascinating. These, I imagine, would be more technical to do than just, like, fruit pies. I think we have discussed this on Pie Day itself. I do enjoy a good custard-based pie, just because I understand it's more technical, but also, like, look at that. Look how creamy that looks. I like the texture of a custard-based pie than I do of, like, say, fruit filling pies. I can't do it. The slimy texture gets me too much. But yeah, this is fascinating. Okay, next question. We all know this is a s'more. If only it'll let me... Oh, the name of this campfire treat comes from s'more. So, oh, okay. What is a party pie? I assume it's similar, right? Oh, so party pie. Oh, a party pie looks like, so party pies are Australian in nature. They look like meat pies. It's like, yeah, they look like, similar to a chicken pot pie, but instead it's like a beef filling. That's interesting. Is this considered a dessert, actually? If anyone here is from Australia, or you know anything about Australian, like, culture, please explain why it's called a party pie. Or, do you eat this thing at parties? Party pies are classic Aussie meat pies in mini form. Okay, so it's a quintessentially Aussie. So meat pie and pie are interchangeable. If you ask for a pie, a standard steak version is the default. There aren't any other fancy names for it, which is interesting given Aussies' love of putting slang on every word. Interesting. So, meat pie and dessert pie are the same thing in Australia. That's interesting to find out on the internet. Snickerdoodle cookies are good too. I do like that cinnamony flavor. Nice warming flavor type thing. Okay, this creme brulee. I love creme brulee. Again, it's a nice custardy. Well, it's custard in general. It's nice and creamy, and it just melts in your mouth. And then having that sugar, where it's the sugar on top that's burnt. It's not too thick and it's not too thin. It's just a nice crunch to have. It's a nice texture to have them both together. Sticky toffee pudding, I know, is what Gordon Ramsay is known for in Hell's Kitchen. That's his thing. In terms of desserts, I do love tapioca, but I like tapioca if we're talking about bubble tea. I don't like rice pudding, even though it's technically the same thing. Tapioca is great. It's nice chewy texture, even though it's small balls in your mouth. I like that though. I like the texture. It's a nice little thing when you cook it well enough. If you don't cook it well enough, the outside is soft and chewy and nice, but then the inside is a hard thing to bite through, and it's not as pleasant. And tapioca usually takes on the flavor of whatever syrup you're cooking it in, or thing you're putting it in. So really, it depends on the surrounding stuff for how tapioca usually tastes. Again, bubble tea, the boba in bubble tea is just tapioca. And here, creme brulee, which means burnt cream, is made of custard and caramel. How do you guys pronounce that? This word. I say caramel because I see the A, so I'm gonna pronounce that. But I do know there are some people out in the world that say caramel. So that's a fun thing for us to know. I feel like that's only a US type of thing where you say caramel or caramel. But that's what we're doing. Okay, this is a trifle. I know. Look at the layers. It's so pretty. It's lady fingers, pudding, and then anything else you're adding onto it. I have had panna cotta. Panna cotta is similar to Jello in terms of consistency. The flavor is mad different than Jello. Yeah, custard. Ooh, I do love custard. I don't know much about Bavarian mousse, so I'm gonna search that up. Bavarian mousse. Okay, here we go. The only thing I know about Bavarian cream is just the donuts from Dunkin' Donuts. So okay. This is cute. This is damn cute. Look at that. Damn, these look delicious. I literally just ate dinner. Bavarian cream and Bavarian mousse. I'd love to know the difference, because I do not know. We're going to learn this together. Bavarian creams differ from mousses in that they are usually made by thickening a custard sauce with gelatin, then folding in whipped cream, not whipped egg whites. Mousses can be served as a standalone in a dessert cup, or used as fillings for cakes and charlottes? Okay, cool. That's interesting. So Bavarian cream, or this Bavarian mousse, I think I have had this before. I think I've had this in I don't know. I know I've had panna cotta and Bavarian. Pretty sure I've had Bavarian mousse as a dessert in a fancy buffet before. Like, I've been to Niagara Falls a couple of times. Love going to Niagara Falls. It's always a nice road trip. But yeah, those fancy, like, all you can eat buffets that have all these different cultures and like a huge, just an entire section out the back just dedicated to any and all desserts. Yeah, this is beautiful. It's so good. I'm learning now. The way I like desserts obviously are very much depending on like taste wise, but I texture is the thing. Um, let's see what panna cotta is, because I don't know how to describe panna cotta. Panna cotta is an Italian dessert of sweetened cream thickened with gelatin and molded. The cream may be aromatized. I think I'm saying that right. Aromatized with coffee, vanilla, or other flavorings. Yeah, it is similar to flan. Although similar in their jello-like appearances, flan and panna cotta actually have very distinguishable flavors and textures. They also come in very different colors depending on cuisine and different toppings. It is quite pretty. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. Yeah, and like it's similar to Jello, but it's also like not. Ooh, a mango panna cotta. That's pretty. I'm so sorry. I'm just making myself hungry at this point. But yeah, like considering like these two end up being more of like a sort of Jello or having something to do with gelatin as a like standalone dessert that kind of doesn't have all of the frills that this picture has with the trifle. Interesting to match them all together. But, you know, it's what we're working with. I believe this is a strudel. Ah, strudel. Apple is the most common filling for Austrian. Okay, so strudel is Austrian pastry. But cheese and other fruits are great too. What? I know what Napoleon is. And there's been a lot of stuff with. Oh my god, I can't spell today. No, not Napoleon Bonaparte. I know you, and I know Napoleon Dynamite. I'm looking for Napoleon the dessert. I don't remember what it looks like. Also known as Millefeuille. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I'm so sorry for the people of French. So sorry for the people of France. I can't say English today. Fuck. Okay. A Napoleon is layered with almond paste instead of cream. So, flaky pastry separated by pastry cream, which is also apparently really difficult to make, according to a lot of like baking shows. Oh yeah, no, I remember this now. And you'll usually, whenever you see a Napoleon in real life, it usually has like that chocolate, the white chocolate pattern where it looks like a sort of V, or like I don't know, it looks like bull horns on this picture or something like that. I don't know why. I'm also thinking of the zodiac sign Taurus. But it's also like this zigzag thing too. It's quite pretty, and I have had it before. It's so nice when it's like fresh. But also, doesn't the layering of this also kind of remind you of like a crepe cake? Although crepe cakes, very thin layers, but you can see all of the layers, you know? Yeah, no, I'm just making y'all hungry. I know what a ladyfinger is. Ladyfingers are also used in trifles. Yeah, ladyfinger. It's cookie. It's a cookie. It's usually like a soft cookie. Yeah. I say ladyfingers and it gives me okra. That's what is happening. Yeah, this. You know you can soak these up. Yeah, here we go. Tiramisu ladyfingers. But yeah, soak this up in coffee and put it in your tiramisu. It's great. But yeah, ladyfingers are such a delicate, like, sort of cookie, and they just kind of melt on your mouth when you, like, bite into it. And it also, like, takes in any sort of, like, I don't know, liquid or that you're putting it in just kind of absorbs it all, so then you can really taste the thing. Ladyfingers, or British English sponge fingers, are low-density, dry, egg-based, sweet sponge cake biscuits, roughly shaped like large fingers. I mean, I guess that's why it's called ladyfinger, but I don't see the finger part of it all. It just looks like a long cookie. I don't know. Why are they called ladyfingers? Generally, ladyfingers are soft, like sponge cookies. However, increasing the baking time can make these crispy as you prefer. These ladyfingers got their names as they resemble a woman's thin, delicate fingers. Has these people sing? Like, have they seen what a ladyfinger looks like? The cookies, and then compare it to an actual woman's finger. Because ladyfingers, the cookies, are huge. Like, they are definitely bigger than an actual woman's finger. I get that's why it's called that, but also, it is much wider in... Yeah, no, it's just wider than an actual person's finger. They are long like fingers, but like, actually speaking, they are wider and they're much more flat. That's fascinating. And strudel... I don't know why I feel the need to pronounce that as that, but strudel... It's fun. Oh, eclairs. I love eclairs. These cream-filled pastries get their names for the French word for flash of lightning, because they get eaten so quickly? Is that true? I'm actually searching this up. Okay, eclair food. Eclair is a pastry made with choux dough, which is notoriously hard to really make well every single time. Filled with a cream and topped with a flavored icing. Most of the time it's chocolate, which is why you can recognize it everywhere. The dough, which is the same as that used for a profiterole, or easier way of saying profiterole, cream puff, is typically typed into an oblong shape with a pastry bag and baked until it is crisped and hollow inside. Why is it called an eclair? What does eclair... Yeah. Oh. Okay. French eclair means flash of lightning, and the scrumptious pastry got its name from the tendency people have to eat eclairs in a flash. Huh. Well, there you go. They were right. Eclairs are fucking delicious, though. Oh, look at this. It's so good looking. And then you could just put the top, you just could do anything with it. Ooh, leche flans eclair? Ooh, strawberry shortcake eclair. A rocher eclair. And then there's a coffee caramel eclair on the bottom. Okay, let's look up what cream horns are, because I don't know what a cream horn is. Oh! Cream horns are called cannocchini? I think that's how you say it. In Italy, I'm not going to try what Greek is, and I'm not going to try what that is in Australia. I am so afraid of mispronouncing those, and they look hard. In Pittsford, Pennsylvania, cream horns are called ladylocks or clothespin cookies. What is the origins? Believed to originate in Australia or Germany. Originally, they were made using cannoli molds, which created a long, wrapped tube of pastry with cream coming out on both ends. I know what a cannoli is. But cream horn are scrumptious puff pastries wrapped around a metal horn and baked until golden and flaky. So similar to that of a cannoli, but it's pastry instead of whatever cannolis are made of. I'm so sorry. These also look like the lobster claws from, like, Buddy Valastro, you know? Cake Boss. That's the one thing he's famous for. Well, I mean, like, Carlos Bakery is very much known for, like, the lobster claws, which I'm pretty sure is just this, the pastry horns. Okay. Why not put cream horn? I mean, I guess a cream horn is similar to an eclair, but also, like, it's apparently similar to that of, like, cannolis in the way it's made. Is it the pastry part of it all that they put these two together? What is a Dutch letter? A Dutch letter is quite literally a letter. The Dutch letter is a type of pastry that is typically prepared using a mixture of flour, eggs, and butter or puff pastry as its base and filmed with almond paste, dusted with sugar, and shaped in an S or other letter shape. Why is it an S? The S shape represents the first letter of the holiday. Oh shoot, I'm not gonna try that. I'm so sorry. People of the Netherlands, I don't wanna mispronounce anything, so I'm not gonna say that. Or St. Nicholas Eve, celebrated on December 5th in the Netherlands. The letters associated with St. Nicholas Eve in the 19th century. Letters became associated with St. Nicholas's Eve in the 19th century when a sheet was used to wrap holiday presents. Right, because the day you celebrate for St. Nicholas is December 6th. Forget that. It's interesting. But in general, it is a puff shaped as the letter S with almond filling. Ooh, these look good. Okay. So overall, 3 pastry like desserts that have some sort of filling. It's just origin and like how you fill it and where it's made. I mean, it's similar enough where I understand why you put them all together. So if you didn't know what one was, you could confuse it. Yeah, but that's interesting. But hey, look. We have 7 correct, with our streak being 7. And look, we don't even waste that much time. I'm proud of us. Let's keep going, y'all. This is tiramisu. Okay, we have to search up what this other stuff is in order to understand why they would pair all of this together. Okay, so there's 10 questions, so the streak would be at 10. Good to know. This coffee-flavored Italian dessert gets its name from a phrase that means pick me up or cheer me up. What? That's interesting. Let's search up what tiramisu is made out of. Tiramisu, I can spell, but barely. Tiramisu is an Italian dessert made of ladyfinger pastries dipped in coffee, layered with a whipped mixture of eggs, sugar, and a mascarpone, and flavored with cocoa. Okay, cool. Look at the layers, though. It's so pretty. But yeah, this is usually like a coffee-based dessert that's still like quite creamy and like melt in your mouthy type thing. It's so pretty. But yeah. Like, look at the edges on that. That's so neat. So impressed whenever people can make desserts well. Okay, let's look up what a spumoni? Is that? Is it ice cream? I swear I've seen this picture before, and I've definitely eaten this. Spumoni, or spumone, from spuma, lit formal plural spumoni, is a molded gelato made with layers of different colors and flavors, usually containing candied fruits and nuts. I've had this before. I've definitely had this before. I remember eating something similar to this when I stayed with my family, and I stayed at a family friend's house in Virginia for I think it was for a church thing. And they had this in the fridge, and they're like, "You want ice cream?" And I'm like, "I'm always down to have ice cream. It is one of my favorite desserts ever." And they're like, "Here, I have this." I definitely sat there and ate, just ate out of the box of that. But I remember this. I liked this. I don't like maraschino cherries, personally speaking. I can't tell you why. I think it comes down to the whole thing of like me with this, like, fruit textures in certain dessert do not mix well. But this looks delicious. And now we know what it is. Where is it from? If it's gelato, yeah, gelato, I was going to say Italy. Ooh, it's from the region or state of Apulia? I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. I'm so sorry if it's not. Ooh. So, the name comes from the Italian word for foam. Spuma, I think is how you pronounce it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. To the people of Italy, I'm so sorry. Popular mix-ins include candy fruit, chocolate bits or nibs, amaretto cookies, nuts, or some combination of them. Spumoni is often topped with a drizzle of chocolate syrup. Interesting. And then I don't remember much of a Zeppoli. I think I've had Zeppoli before. I spelled that wrong. I'm thinking of something else. No, it is. Zeppoli, sometimes called Fratelli. I think that's how you pronounce that. I don't know. Or in Sardinia, Italianized Zeppole or Zeppole Sarde. So sorry. I'm not gonna keep going. Is an Italian pastry consisting of a deep fried dough ball of varying size, but typically about 4 inches in diameter. Okay. So, okay. I don't understand what this is. I don't understand what I'm looking at. I think this is it. It looks delicious, but it also just looks like this is just fried dough. So yeah, fried dough with layered gelato. Like, I understand tiramisu and the spumoni because they're both layered desserts in a way, but I'm like, all of 3 of these are so vastly different from each other that I don't entirely understand why they're grouped together. So I'm like, are they just running out of types of dessert to put in here? And that's why it's there, so we'll see. Let's go. Oh, I believe this is biscotti. Okay, we are searching up what all of these are. Biscotti comes from the Italian for twice cooked, because these cookies are baked twice to make them extra dry and long lasting. Interesting. What are bear claws? Bear claws are pastry, right? Here we go. Bear claw is a sweet yeast raisin pastry, a type of Danish, originating in the United States during the mid-1910s. In Denmark, a bear claw is referred to as a kam. France also has an alternative version of that pastry. Petador, I think that's how you pronounce it. Created in 1982 in the Alps. So you use dough and almond paste, and it's generally used with raisins. Okay, we're gonna look at the actual food part. Okay, it looks like. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to this. That's interesting. What's inside of a bear claw? Rich almond paste filling. Top off sometimes with raisin and cinnamon sugar. Oh. Why are bear claws called this? Bear claws are a type of sweet pastry that is named for their shape, which is said to resemble a bear's claws. Okay, interesting. Good to know. And tartufo, which I'm pretty sure is Italian. There we go. But I want to be sure. Yep. Tartufo is an Italian dessert of gelato that originated in Piazza, Calabria. I think that's how you pronounce that. I'm so sorry. I'm like butchering these names. The dessert takes the form of a ball that is composed with 2 or more flavors of gelato. Sorry, I'm gonna go to Wikipedia for this. I'm so sorry. Often with melted chocolate inserted in the center, or alternatively, either with fruit syrup or frozen fruit, typically raspberry, strawberry, or cherry in the center. Typically, the dessert is covered in a shell made of chocolate or cocoa, but sometimes cinnamon or nuts are used. Interesting. That's it. That's all I want to know. What is the difference between a gelato and tartufo? Tartufo is usually composed of 2 flavors of gelato that are sculpted together by hand. If there is fruit in the middle, the gelato must be scooped out from the middle and the fruit placed inside, or fruit syrup may be used to paste the 2 scoops together. Oh, if we're talking about a truffle and a tartufo. Oh, in Italy, truffles are called tartufo or tartufi in the plural form. But truffles are not, when you usually say truffles, you think of like the one that kind of reminds you of a mushroom, but they're not quite mushrooms. Yeah, truffles are edible fungi found beneath trees and forests. They're not quite mushrooms because mushrooms grow above ground and truffles grow below the dirt. But yeah, this is a tartufo. It's a ball of gelato, which looks delicious. Damn, I want dessert. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, so there's the 2 layers. There's the outside, and then the inside is I think that's like a frozen fruit, not like the chocolate or like fruit syrup thing. Interesting. Yeah, there's nothing I can think of that's in common with a biscotti other than the fact that they're all desserts. So I think the idea that we're seeing here is that you have 1 right answer and then 2 answers that are just, here's another type of dessert in case you didn't know. Interesting. Okay, let's go. I think this is a baklava. Yes. We are going to look up what these other desserts are. This nuts and honey pastry is over 2,000 years old, but the modern version probably comes from royal bakers in Istanbul. Really? Baklava. Usually when I think baklava, I think of like Greece, but I know, because like a lot of, if you've seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding, they do talk about baklava. So I'm like, yeah, here. Chrono. Oh. Okay. But like here. Authentic Greek baklava. I assume it's from Greece. Baklava is a layered dessert made of phyllo pastry sheets filled with chopped nuts, and sweetened with syrup or honey. Okay, so there's no actual consensus about where it's from. This is what it looks like. It looks delicious. Does that look like pistachios on there? That looks good. That looks good. Let's look up what a Berliner is. I don't know what that is. A Krapfen or a Berliner is a German jam dough with no central hole, made with a sweet yeast dough fried in lard or cooking oil with a jam filling and usually covered in powdered sugar. It looks just like a jam donut. It really just looks like a jam donut. Right. And I don't mind. Well, that's interesting. What is an aloo pie? Oh! This does not look like a dessert. This looks like a savory thing. An aloo pie is a Caribbean fast food dish originating from and common in Trinidad and Tobago. I think that's how you pronounce it. An aloo pie is a pastry filled with seasoned mashed potatoes and then fried. Why is it called that? If you are familiar with East Indian food, then you would know that aloo is potato. So these are pieces of fried dough shaped as a hand pie and stuffed with a spicy seasoned potato filling. Interesting. It's not even a dessert, or at least what we would typically think of dessert. But the fact that the word pie is in there, you would think dessert. We have to just say what our thing is. What's my score? I would love to see. Wow. For a perfect thing. 30,000. Not bad. I guess we can take another thing. I'm gonna go back to the trivia page. Here we go. What's that zodiac sign? I love talking about astrology. Don't ask me why. I just like astrology a lot. I think it's a lot of fun. Don't really need to buy into that whole thing if that's not your thing. But I don't know. It's a fun little thought experiment to see oh, if I did things according to my zodiac sign, what would I do? And reading birth charts are a lot of fun for me. Cuz you just get to see how individualized everything is for each person just based off of when they were born, especially what time they're born, and depending on where you were born, it's a different thing in your sky. So your natal chart is actually different depending on where you're born in the world. That's why it's important to know that type of stuff when you want to have a really accurate birth sign, because you just don't know what was in the sky when you were born. But let's start the quiz. I know this one. It's my sun sign. It's Sagittarius. I love it. I love my Sag. Yeah, the Sagittarius, which is also depicted as a centaur man, but he's also depicted as an archer. It's just, I would love to know where we came up with this. But yeah, the archer, in parentheses, a centaur from Greek mythology, is the astrological sign of those born November 22nd to December 21st. And there is a difference between the types of Sagittariuses born in November and December. It's just a different type of energy. I myself am a December Sagittarius. Sagittarius, god damn it, you are such a hard thing to say correctly all the time, which is why we just say Sag. But for some reason, when you say oh, but the whole thing is Sagittarius is known as the adventurer, not really free thinker, that's Aquarius. But no, Sagittarius is the adventurer, but can never be tied down to one place forever. So for some reason that a lot of people think that's oh yeah, Sagittarius is more likely to cheat. It's no. If you can find a way to stimulate a Sagittarius without ever getting into a routine, I firmly believe that Sagittariuses are some of the most loyal signs. You just need to keep us entertained. That's all I'm saying. I just think y'all are not ready to really have to keep up with a Sagittarius to really want to do that. That's a me thing. Pisces. Yeah. Libra is the justice scale, and Virgo is the virgin. The fish, parentheses, February 19th to March 20, is based on sea gods who aided the goddess Aphrodite when she was born from the sea. That's fascinating. Okay. Scorpio, because Scorpion. Scorpio is one of the easiest things to think of, where it's oh, well, of course, Scorpio is the thing for Scorpio is just a scorpion. It's there in the name. It's a letter away from Scorpion. The Scorpion, parentheses, October 23rd to November 21st, is based on Scorpius, a giant scorpion in Greek mythology. Wow. Y'all, okay, the names are just right there. Gemini is the twins. And they spelled Aries. Is it that how you spell it? No, Aries is not spelled like that. Yeah, this is how you spell Aries. That's not how you spell Aries. My gosh. They literally just put the word air and then put ES at the end, and it just was like, yeah, no, that's Aries. And I'm like, no, switch the R and the I, and then you get the right thing for when you talk about astrology, like the astrological signs. Anyway, the twins, those born from May 21st to June 20, are based on siblings in Greek mythology who remained together as gods after their death. Okay, interesting. Aquarius, which is the water bearer, right? Yes. Yeah, Aquarius, the word aqua is in their name, so you just assume it has something to do with water. I'm like, a lot of this is just pretty much, do you understand what this is similar to? Honestly. The water bearer, January 20 to February 18th, is based on the Greek legend of Ganymede, snatched up by Zeus to become the cupbearer to the gods. Oh, poor you. Taurus is a bull. I know that. Libra's the scale, Leo's a lion. Leo's be the real life Gryffindor of the worlds. The bull, April 20 to May 20, is based on the ancient legend of a bull of heaven who was killed before he could destroy the world. Wow. Is that why they're so stubborn-headed? Is that it? Okay. Aries. Aries is the ram. First person. The ram, March 21st to April 19th, is based on the flying ram who supplied the golden fleece, a royal symbol, in Greek mythology. You ever realize how many, horned-based animals are in the zodiac sign, or, representing the zodiac signs until you, see them all out before you, and I'm like, huh. We have a ram, we have a bull. Okay, it's not that many, but it's weird that's happened twice, you know? Okay. Leo, lion, always, I got you. Cancer is a crab, and that's really fun. Oh, we're almost done. 8 out of 8, nice. The lion, July 23rd to August 22nd, is based on a lion in Greek mythology whose flesh could not be pierced. Interesting. So, an immortal lion for Leo. I mean, yeah. Okay. Oh, okay, so this is Capricorn, which is the weirdest one. Because I'm like, yeah, no, it's happened 3 times that there's just horned animals, but for this, it's not like a real life animal. But yeah, 3 times in the zodiac sign for 3 horned animals. And they're all very similar. Capricorn, December 22nd to January 19th is based on a sea goat, an ancient god of wisdom and water, which is why you got the tail. Oh, I think Capricorn is not... Is Capricorn a water element? I need to know. Capricorn... Yeah. Are they a water sign? Yeah, water element. Yeah. Earth signs is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Right? But Capricorn is a sea goat, but they are an earth sign. Like an earth element. I don't know why we assign those things, but that's the thing, which is why I always get confused about what Capricorn is meant to be in terms of those 4 things. I know fire is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, which makes sense in my brain, but I'm like, Capricorn, which is a sea goat, is an earth element. Just why? Oh, Libra. Out of all of the things in the zodiac sign, it's fascinating that Libra is an object instead of a person or an animal. Because everyone else is person or animal. There's a lot of animals, actually, in the zodiac signs. What it represents. But it's fascinating that Libra is the only one that's an object, and it just happens to be the scales. So the scales, September 23rd to October 21st, are ancient symbols of justice and law. What the stereotype of Libra is that they like to keep the peace. They are very much well liked by everyone and everything. But they're also apparently, again, stereotype, apparently known to be quite flirty. Like if they're loved by everyone and everything, they want to make sure that they are always well liked. Again, people pleasers of the signs is Libra. But it's fascinating the fact that it's not a person, it's just scales. And then Virgo is just the virgin. Like, what? Really? Out of all the things you could have came up with, you went virgin. Alright. Greek mythology. Okay. One last quiz before... Oh? Okay, one last quiz before I end stream tonight. Thank you all for staying this whole time. I do appreciate you so much more than you know. Please hit the follow button if you haven't already and you want to support me. I do appreciate all the support. It helps me feel better about life, that I'm having some sort of growth in any way, shape, or form. Okay, well, it's been nice knowing y'all. Anyway, let's start the quiz. Duck plus a bunny? Okay. This is cool, but I'm also like, what is happening? What am I looking for? So it's a cat plus chameleon. I see the chameleon. I can't tell you why. This is just what I'm thinking of. Of course it's stuff from Reddit. So this is... Okay, so apparently there is a subreddit called Hybrid Animals. Might check that out next time, or check it out on my own. Not sure yet. Damn, okay. I want to say beaver. It's an owl? What? Oh. How am I supposed to know? Everything is in the face, and yet it's all blurry, so I can only really see the dog. If it did owl plus dog, yeah. That was hard. That one's hard. But hybrid animals, y'all people are weird. A moose? A kangaroo? I can't tell. But damn, I lost my streak. Because I've gotten two wrong. But damn, okay. Hybrid animals, y'all are weird. Okay, so lion plus, I will assume guinea pig just based off of the white. Oh, the quiz icon, elephant plus butterfly, is by Andreas Hogsvik. I don't know how to pronounce that, so sorry. But he's at Kind of Wild. Interesting. Gorilla? I don't know how I'm guessing these. I can't even tell you what the thought process is of guessing them, because I'm just like, I assume it's this, basing off the coloring of what I see, but the fact that it's like blurry, so I'm just like, I don't know. We're just guessing. Okay. Ox plus hamster? Because it's small, so it's got to be... And then you see the chubby cheeks, I'm like, it can't be these two. But it's just a hamster with horns. You don't really see the ox part of it other than the horns. Alright. Squirrel plus lion? You can see the basic shapes of like the face, so you can kind of guess it, but it's also like, if it's turned in a way where you can't quite guess it, aka the ones that I got wrong, I'm like, I can't tell. I can't tell, and I'm confused. So I'm just gonna guess, but it's okay. Okay, so pit bull plus horse, because I see... I thought that was a person riding this. Damn, that's a strong, strong animal. But it's also... This is the most cursed thing I've ever seen. Imagine this thing, the pit bull plus horse, coming at you 50 miles an hour. Just coming to mow you down. Imagine, though, a pit bull with the face of a horse that is also the size of said horse. Just coming at you, barreling down the street 50 miles an hour. I'm running out of the way. That's terrifying to think about. Oof. Cow? Oh, okay. I saw the black and white and I was like, zebra? But it's not stripes. So, I assume cow. This is a weird animal. Hybrid animals on Reddit. Y'all be strange. That's interesting. You still kept the udders and you kept the cow face, but everything else about the body is a shark. And then you kept the patterning. How? Why? What? Where is it breathing from? Because it doesn't look like it's like the air bubbles are coming out of its nose. It's coming out of its ear. And only the single ear. And then somehow there's also milk coming out in the ocean. Somehow the shark plus cow is still making milk. I'm confused. I'm so confused. What's my result? I didn't do that great because I got 2 wrong. Okay. Not bad. Oh, top 25% though. That's nice. That's interesting. Okay. Alright. I guess we're back to this. I don't like this. I don't like seeing my face. Thank you guys for coming tonight. This was just me trying to distract myself from, some really bad thoughts. My whole negative emotions and mental health is all over the place. But thank you guys for coming. I do appreciate all of you for coming, and I appreciate the amount of support. It looks like we lost a follower, so I'm gonna have to have this updated. I'm sorry if you didn't enjoy this. But yeah, I'm not gonna redo the 25 followers thing. I'm just gonna accept it. We are still on the way to 35, and that's what matters to me. So, thank you all for coming tonight. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you've enjoyed me. If you like what I've done here, and you have already hit the follow button, again, entirely free, and you can stay as long as you'd like. I'd hope you stay for a long time. I do appreciate when you stay. But over here on Twitch, anyway. If you enjoyed me, had fun here, and you haven't hit the follow button already, please do. I appreciate you for doing that. And if you want to follow me on other social media accounts, they're all linked in my bio. I have a TikTok. It's at Kai_omai. Messing around with filters. Just occasionally mini vlogs. Occasionally shopping hauls or like mystery unboxing, because I do love a good mystery box. Can't resist. You can follow me over on Instagram at Funkos_omai. I mostly post about my Funko Pop collection. Occasionally I'll just post other stuff as well, because it's all over the place. It's just me posting whatever the hell I want on Instagram, and that's Funkos. If you're feeling a little spicy and you want to follow something I haven't used in a long time, or at least something I haven't posted on in a long time, you can follow me over on Tumblr at Kai-omai. If you're watching over on YouTube land, thank you so much for staying for the full video. I do appreciate you more than you know. If you enjoyed this, please hit the like button and consider subscribing. You can hit the notification bell if you'd like. Same thing goes for you guys over on Twitch. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I do stuff. But yeah, thank you to everyone. I appreciate you more than you know. For my YouTube land people, I'm sure on the screen there is a video that YouTube is recommending for you somewhere on here. It's probably one of my more recent ones. If you want to keep watching my stuff, please click it. I do appreciate it. I like looking at the analytics on YouTube more than you know. And if the video recommended is not your sort of thing, but you do want to see what other videos have done, you can hit the little icon of me on the other side. Again, consider subscribing. They're all free for you to do. Comment whatever you like. You can also just be like, what the hell is happening? I'm so confused. And I'm like, YouTube's algorithm sent you real deep in here. And we're all just trying our best over here. So I'm going to end stream for tonight. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate you so much more. Words can never express. I can't speak today. That's fun. Thank you for turning a bad mental health day into a semi-decent one. I'm probably gonna end up crying again before sleep, just like I always do, so should be fun. Anyway, I will probably see you guys tomorrow. I am gonna try to stream again tomorrow. I swear we're actually gonna play more games. I mean it. I do really want to finish Deltarune soon, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I'm gonna transition you guys over to some music, and that's it from me. Goodbye, everybody. See you next time. I love you. I love you all. Bye.